first fight I'll discuss is the Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumby fight.
Yes.
So McCumby, he looked game. He was strong, good
Yes.
power. So before we go into what impressed us about Caleb Plant, I think they've got to give some sort of good preps to McCumby. Came out and he gave it a good go, and as I say, he was strong. He gave Plant problems at the beginning. So what impressed you most about Trevor McCumby?
Um. Yeah, McCummins deserves all the respect in the world. A lot of people didn't never seen him before, like me.
Mm,
I haven't really watched him like that. So you hear about a guy, but you kind of think he's gonna be outmatched or outclassed. But McCummins did phenomenal. And I always tell guys that it's not always skills pay the bills. Will can a lot of times trump skill, and it
mm,
almost did. He was very sound, very strong. You could see he was strong. Will took punches, but he was there to fight, there to win. And he reminded me of some of the old time fights where you could tell that anyone against him going to be have a tough night. Ike Quartet, you know what I'm saying? Um,
mm.
no one going to blow him out the water. Nobody do him all kind of because his character. He's going to come in shape. He's going to be durable, going to be in your face, and he's going to be packing a lot of power. And those guys are dangerous. And those guys deserve utmost respect. And I always tell people not a lot of times boxing nowadays because of um, the flair guys always get the most a lot of attention. The Floyds, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Muhammad Ali's, the Fury with the. But man, there's some real quality guys like Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? That's not fancy, but technical and sound, and they can beat those guys. And a lot of times they have beat those guys. So yeah, he did good. He should have. I think he gained a lot of fame the other night, which he definitely should have.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you mentioned you hadn't seen before. I hadn't seen before either. So, do you think perhaps is a little bit too green and inexperienced? So, you mentioned as well, the will being greater than the skill. So, in the case of McCumby, what would you add to his game so he's ready for more high level competition? And if he wants to become a champion, for example, because he did really well.
Yes, similar to what Robert Garcia did with Maidana. He had a couple of tough losses and close fights, and then he stepped over to Garcia and ended up beating Broner. Gave Floyd two phenomenal fights, made a lot of money. It don't take much; it just take him to refine a little bit of the basics, a little bit of head movement, get off the back foot so much, and just know how to defend himself. I would add a little bit of the cross blocker to him because a lot of shots get through the high guard, um, all on the punches. But if he was my fight, I'd be very happy.
So, yeah,
A
so
lot
if
of
he was your
potential.
fighter, what would be your
The
main
jab, the
focus?
jab,
The jab.
the
Okay.
jab. Yeah, yeah. The jab is so important. The jab can be a defensive tool. Canelo surprised me. Canelo came out a real good jab the other night.
Mm.
Yeah, I would add him, add really focusing. I said a little bit of I Quartet, a real strong power bazooka jab because that dude's strong. Um, McCum, that boy was, what I'm saying? He was,
Mm.
Caleb ain't even small like that, you know what I'm saying? But he was man like Caleb a little bit in the beginning, You could say he was real strong and rough and tough. And
Yeah, it was a
yeah,
rocky start from Katie Plant, and we mentioned as well the matchup of styles with McCumbie being a sort of brawler and
hmm
Plant being more your slick counter puncher. It's a good matchup of
yes, sir.
styles. The best way to
Very
sort
good
of
matchup. Very
neutralize
good
that
matchup.
counter punch is to swarm in some cases, isn't it?
hmm
So what about the adjustments that Katie Plant made after that
Uh,
rocky start? What did you make of those?
Caleb, that was phenomenal. Caleb did what he should have done. I don't know if it's Breadman's call or it was Caleb saw it, but Miami earlier this year when Raymond Ford fought that kid, Otterbeck. Otterbeck was having a lot of success. He was powerful, and Coach Anthony made the call to tell him to go ahead inside and make him go backwards, and
Mm,
it worked out well, and Ford won the fight. It's just the same thing with Caleb the other night. Big guy, strong, powerful, very rough. You can't move against him too much because he's going to get confident. He's going to bully you. He's going to push the pace. So you have to find a way to shut him down. And Caleb did it well, tying him up beautifully. The wrist control, the glove control, going to the biceps, um, doing them great shots off of that, smothering them, backing them up, and he did good. He did good, and that showed his growth.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You mentioned about not moving against these kind of guys because you get tired. We've heard
Yes,
criticisms in the past that Caleb Plant, he boxes really well. He outboxes people, even the best in the world, such as Canelo. But then maybe down the stretch, he's a little bit tired. So in this fight, he's known for his fast hands, combination punching. He's called sweet hands. In this fight, though, he was sitting down his punches more. He went to
yes,
the inside. That's a good switch up from moving the whole 12 rounds because now he's able to fight inside, put more on his punches. We doesn't have to move around the whole 12 rounds. He can change his game. So do you think this is a missing link for Caleb Plant to then take
yes.
that next step, become world champion?
Just like with the real fight. Think about Caleb's last 2 or 3 fights. He got two big dynamic knockouts. They say he don't punch, say he's sweet hands, all that. He got the real out of there in a dynamic fashion, and he just got this guy out of here. So mentality. You can be skilled without trying to be too pretty. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And a lot of guys we get. It's still a fight. Floyd was very durable, very rough and tough. Floyd could fight on the inside.
Yeah.
So could Andre Ward. So could James Tony. You can have a lot of skills and not go anywhere. It's a statement from my man about Charlie Burley and how he wouldn't go nowhere. You couldn't touch him. So I believe that the next level for Caleb is don't go nowhere. Trust yourself. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Use that skill. Sit right in front of a guy, move your head, lock him up, tie him up. Got the good, strong, long hand in front of him, and don't let guys because no one are gonna outbox Caleb Plant. It's just over the course of 12 rounds, that excessive movement. Um, you could run marathons, man. You still gonna get tired when a guy's running you
Hmm.
down for 12 rounds. That's taxing the guys making you fight backwards. So um, stay intelligent, move in circles, take angles, and back guys up. That's what I would if I was in TW my advice. Years ago, I saw him with a picture of Andre Ward years ago, and I assumed that how they work. Andre Ward was very good on the inside. So I had my guys study Andre Ward, Allen Green almost like every week. I tell them watch those fights. Watch out. Allen, he was a tall guy, good jab with good left hook. Probably a bigger puncher than Andre Ward was. And from the second round to the man, Dre went straight at him, and Dre took everything away from him. So um,
Hmm.
it was good to see Caleb do that.
Yeah, because he showed he could out brawl the brawler in that one. He out
Yeah,
punched
with
him, didn't he?
this, he may
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
bigger puncher, but sometimes bigger punchers just rely on their power. They don't
Hmm.
learn the craft of the inside, locking wrists up, pulling hands down, pushing. Like J Rock when J Rock fought Jarrett Hurd, you know, big
Yeah,
guy, going to be a volume puncher, much bigger than J Rock. J Rock went right at him. He didn't go and he beat him. So
yeah. Interesting point you raised there because Jarrett heard Julian Williams. Of
yes,
course, Julian Williams is another fighter trained by the Breadman, who's now Caleb Plant's coach.
yep,
So have we finally seen the fingerprints of the Breadman on Plant's style and its continued evolution?
I think
So,
so.
I mean, clearly you can see the Breadman's added a fair bit to
Yeah,
Plant's game and sitting down
absolutely.
his punches as well
Good,
and more
good, good,
power.
good
Because
team.
before, I think Caleb Plant he may have sacrificed power for speed, sweet
Yeah,
hands.
yeah, yeah.
But
Mhm.
now he's learning to sit down his
And,
punches where he needs to
and
and fight inside where he needs to.
people, the lesson is for me a lot of times is that time. Like okay, it took them time for him to kind of understand and be comfortable with what Breadman trying to teach him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But we see that it's coming along beautifully now. And like I said, just two of his last wins, he had two dynamic knockouts, highlight reel knockouts
yeah.
against good, durable, tough, strong guys. Just stopped both of them.
Mm.
So he getting more confident in that style and what Breadman trying to instill in him.
Yeah, he's getting better and better those last few fights. So
I
yeah,
agree.
he's going to be a yeah great.